In this video, I'm going to run you through our client results, our process that we take them through, as well as where we started. And it's been amazing what we've been able to do for the last 2 years, helping over 70 local business owners, a majority being in the home service niche, scale using Instagram ads and video content. Now, the way we do it is unique in terms of how we have it structured, and I'll explain that a little bit later on in terms of this is completely separate from a marketing agency that you're going to be dealing with. But just for reference, I just want to show you guys where we kind of started because I started locally just how your business is right now. I started on the ground, filming, working with only in-person clients and doing everything in person. Now we've been able to grow to help people across the US because we have the talent and the systems in place to be able to do that. Now let's take a look at where we used to be, right? Now 96 followers, had some winning Instagram ad funnel in the bio. I love to see it. Now after 2.5 years working with all these businesses, it's great. But the model and the types of ads that we are running stay the same. This is how I started growing, and this is how I continue to grow to this day. This is how, at the time of, throwing this up, we're at 2.5 million views for the last 30 days. Now, these aren't organic views. Like, I'm not having my videos go viral, and I will explain that. But even if you start your page from complete scratch, this works as long as you put in the work. An excellent example of that is my client Gio. His page started from scratch. We had to create a brand new email to get it going, and then last season he's closed 204K in additional revenue off of like $7,000 or $8,000 in ad spend. Ridiculous. And he's not the only exception. Like, I'll get into the client wins there, but this is what we've been able to do over the last 2.5 years. We started locally on the ground, meeting totally in person, filming with everybody in person, and now we've been able to, with the right talent and the right systems, spread out nationwide across the US. I have guys on in California, Texas, Arizona, down in Florida, up in New York. Obviously, Chicago is where we're at in the middle and scattered across in between all those cities. So it is truly amazing what we've been able to do, and this is just the beginning. And now what got me here from 96 followers to 14K now, and I'm proud to say that I am more happy to have 14K qualified followers over 100K, 200K unqualified followers that a lot of these influencers have. A majority of my followers are business owners, which is great because those are the people that are going to pay. That's one of the main things. When I started, I didn't buy followers. I don't recommend for anybody to buy followers because you need to make sure that you are getting the quality people. For me, it's business owners. For you, it's most likely homeowners that you're working with. You need to make sure to prioritize those people. Now, how do we do that? And how do we get as many of them for as little cost as possible on the ads? Because you need to run ads at this point for your business, right? Word of mouth, connections, referrals, like what got you to the point you're at is not going to get you to the next level if you're not running ads already. If you are, you want to make sure you're not rolling the dice, or at least not feeling like it. You want to make sure they're being ran properly. So, with the funnel that I've been running for over 70 businesses and for myself for the last 2.5 years, we've been able to track an additional 2.1 million in additional sales that would not have happened for our clients if they did not have this funnel running at $20 to $30 a day. Okay. Now, part one is going to be to drive local traffic. These are a bunch of client ads, not even my own. These get hundreds of thousands of local views. And the way they're set up, they target only the local audience. So, to give you a reference, when I first started out, it was here in Chicago, right? So this was the area right here that I was targeting. And this would look the exact same for your business. It doesn't matter if you're based out of Chicago, New York, wherever, but maybe you're out in a suburb like Gio was. Maybe you're in the main city and you have your radius of people that you work with. We can target those people. And that's what I like to prioritize with this. So that way you're getting quality followers, not just straight garbage onto your page. So you'll get the views, you'll get the engagement across the board. And now it's time to convert that traffic. So with the way these ads are being run, let me just explain this to you. Almost no business is running these types of videos right now. And that could be for a few reasons. Maybe they're not in the position to run ads, which if your business is doing more than 20K a month, you are in the position to do it. and to scale up to 100K, 200K, 300K a month with the business to where you're doing multiple $1 million per year in revenue, you need to be running ads to be able to do that. Word of mouth will not get you there unless you're one in a million, which there are cases of it, but most likely the service that you offer is the same service, 10, 15, 100 other contractors, depending on your area, are offering the same one as well. So how do you stand out? Unless you have some super special thing that only you offer, but it's impossible. To think of a new business idea like that, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. You'd be sitting on a yacht next to Mark Zuckerberg, drinking some champagne. So the fact that you have competition in your area, you have to go above and beyond to stand out from them. And the way we do it is with these videos. Because if you're watching this YouTube video right now, you're already a step above everybody else. Most of your competition is not going to do this because they're either too scared to film, maybe they are not in the position to run ads in the first place, or they just don't want to do it. They're lazy. A lot of people are like that, right? Or they're old school. They don't believe in this. Okay, so let them do their thing. You have the competitive advantage that I'm breaking you down. I'm breaking you down how it works in this video. So let's make sure we understand it. So with these ads, that's why they get you a cheaper cost per lead, as well as how we run them. Instead of running them as a direct ad, it's like, hey, reach out if you need this. Hey, make sure you send us a message, or you go on our website. Like, we're not running those types of ads typically. Maybe with the more advanced people, once they have an established brand, we could get away with it and get a lot better returns than people normally do. But I'm not looking for you to pay, $50, $100 cost per lead. Like, what we're asking people to do with these ads is follow the page. That's the main type of ad that we launch. And that's what's been able to have me grow my following from 96 followers to 14K of qualified people. And that's the same thing I want to do for you. Well, that we've done for over 70 businesses. If you want to sign up with us, that's fine. But I'm just walking you through our journey and what we've been able to do over the past few years. Like, we've worked with auto shops, like tint shops. Moving does extremely well. PTs have done well. This was a pretty unique offer. It was fences, playgrounds, and basketball hoops. Did extremely well. If I remember correctly, the first month we launched the ads, it was 64K cash collected in additional revenue that came in only from this ad, from nowhere else, off of either $1,500 or $1,600 of ad spend for Jake here. Amazing. Same with Johnny. First 2 months, an additional 80K for his business. And that's off of 144K local views, right? Another mover, Mike, did extremely well partnering with realtors. So we have unique strategies behind the scenes for these people. And the thing that we're doing is, across all of these ads, we're not asking for anything more than for the person to hit follow on your page. And we're able to get follows in for anywhere from $1 to maybe upwards of $5. So these are the leads, right? I get it. Not everybody's going to convert right away, but that's also a benefit that you have with this strategy. With my moving guys, not everybody needs to move right away. So what happens? These leads come in for this cost, okay, and maybe 10% of them, 10% of the ones that engage in a conversation need to move right now. Or it might be higher. It might be like closer to 30%. Now, what happens with the remaining 70% of people? Well, if you were running a regular ass ad, you would completely miss out on them because they don't need your service right away, so they're not going to commit to buying anything. But the thing is, once they follow your page, you have them. So you get to hit them with your video content and your stories on Instagram. Video content, I'm talking about this stuff on your page and stories that you have up completely for free until they are ready to buy. Does that make sense? So not only are we able to get these leads in for a cheaper cost, we're also able to close them 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the line. Maybe it's winter where you're at and they're not ready right now. Like, we're just getting out of winter right now here in Chicago. I bet you for a fact during the winter, no one was looking to install a basketball hoop. Not a lot of people were looking to move. But the thing is, we don't have to slow down in the off season. We can still keep running it. And then the 70% of people that all the other competitor ads would miss out on, or they pause their ads over the winter, we get them in. And then you have 3 months to build trust with them. They're going to follow your brand and they're going to see you every single day. So for the moving example, here he had videos breaking down, there's client testimonials with Felipe, what their process looks like, intro on the team before you hire a moving company, what they offer. So people were able to get hit with that within that 3 month time span of them seeing you for the first time and deciding to follow your page and when they needed to buy. So I've had, for example, Alex here, PT, he got so busy that he had to turn off the ads. And then he texted me, Conrad, we have a problem. Your guess is probably, okay, we need to get the ads up and running, we're out of business. But it was the opposite. Because we already gathered those people on his profile, he was getting people that still wanted to work with him because they've been following him for, 2-3 weeks already. So this is a compounding effect. Same thing works for my profile. Now every time I post, I have thousands of my followers viewing my video content. So every single one of those videos has a purpose. It's not just posted as an image on a random page that gets 2 likes. Like, no one wants to see that. And you don't have an audience that even looks at it. So all these guys that hire social media managers or whatnot, you're kind of wasting your money. You need to have ads in place to bring the attention. You need to have them set up. You need to have the ads set up properly, as well as you need to have the video content on the back end to convert. Because if the ads are bringing in all the attention to the videos on your grid view, but if nobody converts because they're either no videos or they're just images, then you're wasting money on ads. Or if you might have paid for a videographer to get these done, but if you don't have any of the traffic from the ads coming through locally, then you have a Hollywood level video with 10 views. People aren't going to buy from that. So that's what we need to understand. Videos, the ads need to be done properly and the videos need to be done properly for this to work, but the benefits are all in the upside. This is a thing that you run for the rest of your business. This is a long-term thing. And that's what I help clients set up in a done with you fashion. So that way they're not relying on me for anything. They can continue running it into the future if they don't need any more support. Support and reliance, 2 different things. Now, to build your brand, you need to make sure you're showing your quality, personality, expertise. So this is exactly what Gio's been able to do. He's get his personality in these videos, his expertise, talking about downspouts, retaining walls. This is all stuff that you probably answer client questions on this anyway. But we need to package that into a video for let's check his ad out. It's probably way more now. I think it's over 1 million. 200,000 people to see. And that's how you're able to close these deals right here. These are just screenshots from clients and have a high return on ad spend. I need you guys to understand. A return on ad spend of over 5x is almost unheard of in the ad space because of what people are used to seeing and what business owners are used to running. Typically, they're going to be form ads, image ads. Now there's AI coming out, AI slop. Some like AI dude working on your air conditioning. It's lame. So no wonder people are more hesitant to click on those ads. Versus with these, the way we have it set up, we're able to capitalize on people whether they need your service now or later. You can get a 7 to 10x return. And that really is kind of the middle ground. I have guys doing a 20x. If we calculate Gio's numbers, I'm pretty sure he's sitting around a 20x off of, I don't know, it's just $8,000 or $9,000 of ad spend, somewhere in that range, making 204. That might even be closer to 40x. And then we have Jake with the playgrounds, like he was sitting at a 45x for the first month. Unbelievable. But it's because we set up his page properly. So this is why I get so fired up about this. And over the last 2.5 years, we've been consistently offering the same thing. We started out in person. Now we're able to do this nationwide. We're able to do this virtually with you. So no matter where you are, as long as your competitor down the street has not reached out and paid me yet, you can decide to pay for this service to work with us for, 6 months and then continue running this into the future. That's why it's so powerful. Now, feel free, you can take the information in this video and run this stuff yourself. You can. There's enough info here for you to be able to do that. But it depends on how quickly you want to do it and if you want to waste money doing it or not, depending on how efficient the ads are run, right? Now, the reason why I started this, not only was it a newer strategy, I was working residential construction and I saw how agencies were ripping these guys off. The GCs that I was working with, they were completely ripping off, because they'll either push you down Facebook with the just image ads and everything, or Google, which Google works. It does work, but it's expensive. And it's just a Google Maps picture like of your business with some reviews. So really the only thing people are going off of is the number of reviews. You might have a little bit more than your competitor, or somebody will have a little bit more. And then people are calling you up. It's like, all right, this guy has 50 reviews, this guy has 60. Let me call them both and see who's cheaper. And that's not the place that you want to be, because you want to be able to make as much money as possible. And there's no trust being built. With Facebook now, like I said, the market's saturated with AI slop. There's going to be low returns, and you end up competing on price anyway. So you either go with low returns or you go with expensive, with no trust being built, competing on price. And once you stop running this, there's no evidence that you've ever ran it in the first place. There's no residual. Now, ideally, you want something that's not too expensive, has a high return, separates you from your competition, allows you to build your brand for the long term, I'm talking 4+ years, and has a residual effect. So even if you stop running ads today, you will still have the advantage that you've been running them for a while. And that's how we've been able to get proven results. And you want something with proven results, pretty much. Like this sounds too good to be true right here. Well, you want something with proven results. That's why I was, oh, here we go. 45x, so I was right on Jake. Gio sitting at a 25x, my bad. This was halfway basically through his season. Then he ended up with 204K. Alex here, not counting the clients that didn't come in after. It was additional monthly revenue, so this is really compounding for him. And at any point, he could go here, and he could turn his ads back up and start landing more clients. It's as simple as that. That's how this works. That's why this fires me up. It's the exact same strategy that I'm running on my profile with the ads that we have. I've had Jobber reach out to me to want to partner, and we've been able to do that. Some videos get like 2,500. This video got 18,000, 3.5, 23,000. Now, views aren't everything, but I'm looking for these quality followers to view my content, the ads, everything, man. I've been running this for the past 2.5 years for myself. It's how I've gotten all of my clientele. That's how I've made all my money for the last 2 years. We started out with AI, and then we got into this. I was doing AI on the side, working construction. This opportunity popped up. Let's run it. I started from complete scratch. I was absolutely atrocious on camera when I first started. But you need to understand, with practice and with time and with running the right strategy, you need to be in the right vehicle, and things will work out. You need to be in the right vehicle, because if you're not in the right vehicle with what we have to offer here, and this is a longer term thing, growth compounds, ads compound, follower count compounds, as well as your skill to talk on camera and the types of videos that you film. All of this comes together. And imagine yourself 12 months later going into the season. Say your season opens up in spring. So maybe right now at the time of filming this video, you're like, all right, it's spring. I have no bookings yet, and you're stressing out. Or you might have a few bookings, but you want more. You're not at the pace to reach the goal that you have for yourself at the end of the year. Maybe you want to go from 500,000 to 1 million at the end of the year. You want to surpass 1 million for hardscaping, get that Unilock award, right? Unilock certified. So for you to be able to do that, you need to have something working in your favor, not just sitting around in the off season, plowing snow or, whatever you keep yourself busy with, or going on vacation. If you do remodeling and it's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, you're not really going to have work because people have family over. So you want to be able to have something to work on yourself to best prepare for the next season without running direct ads. You want to run indirect ads right here and then actually sell people on the content. That's the game. Because when people realize you're not trying to sell them on anything on that first ad, there's going to be a higher percentage of them that actually click through, and then you can convert them later on. The trust is already built from the get-go instead of you asking without giving them anything to begin with. So with the point of this whole video, you can have some actionable advice and some actionable information to start running ads. Change up the model, change up the perception and the frame that you have about ads. Like, these are the way that they're going to be run moving forward beyond 2026. AI is coming in. So just because you have an image ad, maybe it is working for you right now. Maybe you're getting a little bit of a return on Facebook, or you're getting a little bit of a return on Google. There's no branding to it. AI is going to completely wipe you out. There's going to be no difference. Versus with a personal brand, people are wanting to work with you because of you. Because they see you in the videos. And they want to work with you and your family-owned business locally. That's how you're able to stand out. Okay? So, it's been amazing what we've been able to do for the 2.5 years that we've been running this strategy at the time of filming this video. And most importantly, I'm very grateful to have worked with let me refresh this. All right, here we go, number 25. Work with clients across industries and get wins like these. These make my day, like seeing these. There's Mike, 15x ROAS, another one. You guys can click through these. These are all on my Instagram profile. I'll link it down below. But yeah, we have absolutely tons of these for 26, 25, 24. You can see where we first started out. I can show you here on the first few film shoots in person how we started out. It was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, take this advice, go over on Instagram. There's a bunch more videos here for you to take a look at. It's been amazing what we've been able to do, the clients that we've helped. Now we're partnered with Jobber even. So we're on the way up. That's how we have our business structured in a done with you fashion. If you're looking for help, if you're looking for support, not reliance, to be able to build an asset for your business, build out the ads, build out the content for it to be fully set up, and you can continue running it into the future, let me know. I'll leave my Instagram below. You guys can shoot me a message there. See if we can help you out. Of course, if you're doing more than 20, 30K a month, or 300K a year, for it to make sense for you to run ads, because this costs money. Even, I've told you that even a 10x return is ridiculous, unheard of in the industry, and we're getting them. But in order to get a 10x, if you want to make an extra mil a year, you got to be prepared to spend 100K. Right? Now, I would take this trade any day of the week, no problem. You shouldn't have a problem with that. If you have a problem with this right here, then you need to reevaluate your opinion of scaling your business. Okay? But if you have the money to spend on ads and you want to get something like up and running, with our support, it's a done with you coaching program where we're going to walk you through your hop on Zooms with me one-on-one. We'll walk you through how to do it. Then check out my Instagram link in the bio. Watch through some of the videos. Click through the client results. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's any way I can help. I appreciate you guys for watching this and being along for the ride.